Welcome back to the third Mechanical Engineering and Metalworking Business Forum here in Riga, and we continue our program with one very interesting panel discussion, new markets for the Latvian mechanical engineering industry. And I want to welcome the moderator for this panel discussion, Managing International Policies at Royal Metal Uni, Paul Verlinden. Welcome. The stage is yours, please.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the program. Our next speaker, and that is Mr. Arnis Petranis. Mr. Petranis.
Hello. Good morning,
Welcome.
audience. I'm representing the company which is completely Latvian, and the ownership is local people, and we are exporting our products for all global the world. So it is more than 20 countries all around the world where we are installing our equipment with a brand name PERUZA and Made in Latvia sign. So we are proud of this, and in some latest we are in the market almost 30 years, and our experience in building the machines for food processing and especially for fish, it is based on our experience in Baltic area, on the Baltic fish, and we understood that we can go in further markets because our market is rather small. And now we are also found that it is similar fishes in Far East. Our projects in Asia are in Thailand, in Philippines, in China, and now this year we also stepped in Japan with expanding looks to Indonesia and some other countries in Pacific area. This is one sample of the factory where we installed some our automation. It is in Philippines, where was a lot of handwork, and now you see how it is different after installation of PERUZA equipment. Our equipment is also unique because we have our engineering sector, and we are making machines which are patent pending, so you can't find similar machines nowhere. Next findings, what we have found in China and Southeast area, we are different in our way of thinking and code of conduct. So the people in East thinks different. We didn't know this before we stepped in these markets. We are afraid of them, and they are afraid of us. It's the rule what we have to know when we are going there. There will be a fight for terms of the contract and its full implementation every time. It is a very regular situation that the companies in East don't accept contracts. They want to buy equipment under the order confirmations, and then you can face with different attitude from the customers. But of course it is some other things that we have to follow in these markets, and one of the main things why we are there, because you can see the fish from Baltics and fish from Japanese waters. So this is why we stepped in the market of Japan, which looks very automated when we started there, and we found that it is anyway possible to get in establishing business relationships and making decisions in Japan is very slow. It takes years for our presence there. It it took 7 years. Exactly now we are importing one equipment in Japan, and Japanese customs are very slow to register equipment import. Just now we faced that it took 1.5 months to clear all the documents because the import procedures are not harmonized with European. And in Japan it's very, very complicated to work when you have no good translator because their English is very poor. I can communicate in Latvian in the same level as in English sometimes. And one interesting thing that in Japan, when you talk to some customers or specialists, and you can think, you must know that they will never say no, and it is very difficult to understand if this no sometimes means yes or no. This is some slides of our. Here you can see the picture of one workshop in Japan, which shows that the conditions in some of the workshops are almost the same like in Philippines or Thailand. So not everything is very automatized. So we have a chance to be there and export our equipment. Thank you.
Maybe another question that I have for the audience as well is, imagine that you are a company and you are looking for a market abroad outside Europe. How do you actually get to select such a market? Where do you start? Maybe where have you started? Is there anybody who would like to say how to actually make a beginning of developing contacts abroad and how to select a new market that is a good potential market for you? Who can I give the floor for that?
I can say about my experience that the most successful contact making is in trade shows. Yeah, but during this time when this COVID disease closed all the trade shows, we are working through the contacts what we have got before, and also with learning of the situation, how is in different markets actually. So then it is a lot of investigations in some internet sources, and also communication with the people who are actually lives in these countries where we are focused. This is our experience, but trade shows are the must for good contact establishing.
Yeah, so trade fairs are indeed important, as you mentioned.
We will continue our forum with a panel discussion, and I'm sure that in the next half an hour or so we will hear great inspiring stories and the wonderful conversations about the mechanical engineering and metalworking industry here in Latvia. Panel discussion, Industry 4.0, case studies, Latvia success stories.
I believe success is being brave enough and capable to see and to get together what you have seen with what you predict what would happen, yeah? And then be brave enough to just to implement this. Yeah? Even it's unknown something. Shortly about PERUZA. PERUZA is engineering and manufacturing company which again streams to be successful in new areas. Yeah? So everyone knows this picture of Industry 4.0, how we came. Initially it was slow and then it rised up. The same did PERUZA. Simple mechanic, sophisticated mechanical solutions, then first PLC usages, first computer vision AE, and then sophisticated robots and automation. And now we are entering IT universe. What does it mean? It means that we have to think about complex things, and now everything should be taught as interoperability, decentralization, real-time analytics, virtualization, service orientation, like the Siemens vice president said. And nothing, what does it mean? Nothing is stable anymore. In fact, must have meaningful data gathered and informed decision made. And this is what we are in the position to help companies. So I can just draw a very simple picture. Yeah. So anybody in the center of company should think about equipment, should think about inbound materials to be transformed and technological process. And all the time information is traveling in and out. And in fact, the situation is more complex in real life. Yeah, there's not just 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 inputs you should follow at, and finally you are really upset. And decisions need to be done for every decision, and you can do this if you are well informed. So, not just words. This is what PERUZA is doing now. We are in robotics, we are in some in very smart solutions. Yeah, you see, everything is made, engineered, made, installed, and programmed by PERUZA. I'm really proud on our capability. So, what does digitalization take? It takes make a decision and start to change. Complex digitalization of all suitable processes. Yeah, it takes to reassess and redefine all processes. People can make shortcuts. Digital world cannot take shortcuts to the full extent like people do. It takes time, and PERUZA worked it out for internal processes for several years already, in fact. Yeah, and now PERUZA is becoming an IT solution company. I proudly announce it. Yeah, so what does it take? It takes to join everything together, and PERUZA knows equipment, technological process, and raw materials, final products. Therefore, we can help the guy in the center to make correct decisions. And he is happy now. So PERUZA is at your digital and industrial purposes, and we are born in Latvia. Thank you.
Now, success is a wonderful thing, and you all have it. But I'm sure that during the long way and many years, you have had tough decisions to make. Could you shortly please share 1 or 2 very tough decisions that you had to make, and now when you look back to that decision, you are absolutely confident it was the right decision, it was a tough one, we did it, and now we're here?
I would say the main decision that led to current success is to hire right people, spot people with eyes open and very energetic to go for something new, and then let them to go and do the things. Even if they make mistakes, don't punish them, but encourage them to go further. We did it, and just believing that they will lead us into robotics and computer vision, we just gave them a license not to kill, but a license to prosper, and here we are.
Could you please share 1 or 2 mistakes that you would never, ever, ever want to repeat again? I don't want to go back to that decision. I don't want to go back to that situation. It was messy. It was terrible. Could you share one, please?
I believe the biggest mistakes, again, are related and were related with people being too, let's say, having pampered incapable people who are not willing to grow and deliver, hoping that they will fix their behavior. No, if there is no drive for development, then you shouldn't go further with them. You should drop them.
As you well know, market and client needs are always changing. What helps your company in those decisive moments? And Mr. Dlohi also pointed that out about the team. How big is your team, and what have you learned about the people you surround with? More maybe the comment, because there are definitely companies watching and they want to learn and they want to have some insight in your company. How you pick people? What are the characteristics of those? Yes, please.
PERUZA is close to 80 people together, and whole range of specialists needed for our. There are engineers, mechanical, mechatronical, automation, robotics, programmers, electricals, and very skilled shop floor workers, who assemble our machinery. So yes, it's less. It is hard to provide industrial solutions, good industrial solutions. So you have to have everything, and you have to be surrounded with a number of subcontracting companies who deliver some special knowledge when you need it. So we are 80 and surrounded by few dozens of great suppliers.
Who are the decision makers in your company? How many are those people that sit around the table and, I don't know, if that's the new market or that's the new product that you want to develop, how many people are there?
It depends. Regarding market, I would say that those are 4 people, deciding, but how to steer everyday processes is completely responsibility of department manager, heads of departments, and the board is not intervening on daily decisions. We make strategic solutions and support. We have to create a supporting atmosphere to let our employees to perform the best.
We have a couple minutes left, and I want to ask each of you, what are the next goals for your company in the next 3 to 5 years?
We will be the most preferred solution providers for companies who want to earn more. We are going to provide the most profit possible out of the production process, and this will be done by engineering of mechanical, mechatronical, and automation things, and both IT solutions. Complex solution for business decision makers will be the basis of our success in the coming years.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. It was nice to have you. Wonderful stories. I wish you nothing but the success in future, and really to achieve the goals that you mentioned. Thank you.